Welcome to your summer speech class. This is your Professor Elizabeth Grant, and I'm very excited that you've chosen to spend your summer, part of your summer, getting better in your speech communication skills. I wanted to take a second and acquaint you with the course, since hopefully you're logging in on the first day. This is a 12-week course. During this course, we will meet 3 times to give our speeches face-to-face. So that's kind of a nice way to take an online class because we won't be just online personas forever. I will see you in a few weeks, and at the first gathering, we will have our self speeches. This is going to count as your special occasion speech. It will be a speech of introduction. Usually you would do that with someone else, but in this case, you're going to be introducing yourself. You can take a variety of approaches with that, and those are outlined starting in chapter 1. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. Every time we speak, you're going to have a 20-second window over or under that you will not be penalized. So if from 4:40 till 7:20, you will be in a safe zone. We will time your speech, and then you'll have time cards should you want them. You're always welcome to have a timekeeping device at the podium with you. You will be needing to be taped during your speeches. Usually people do that on a cell phone. So if you could come with some device that will allow you to be taped by a classmate. The reason we're doing this is that you're going to have some online reflections to do. So I wanted to just help you navigate through the course. There's a lot of things I'd like for you to check out this first week. In fact, during this class, this first unit will be open for 2 weeks. Hopefully that will allow some others to join us. It's a small class right now, but I'm hopeful that maybe we'll get up to 8 or 10 of us. That will make our discussions a little bit easier. But what you're expected to do is log into the course, and my course looks a little bit different than your course. I'm going to actually switch that and go to the way you'll see it because that makes more sense. And when you log into the course, you're going to see this homepage. That's what you'll see every time you log in. What I would do this first week is check out the course outline. All of the objectives are there. You can see my phone number. That is my number at the office, but I will get an email that you have left a message and I will call you back. Probably the easiest way to get in touch with me is the email eegrant@lc.edu. I will be checking that throughout the day, Monday through Friday, and probably over the weekend too. So go ahead and leave me an email or a message and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Please see the mandatory meeting dates. The time that is listed is a soft ending time because we will leave when our speeches are finished. So usually, it's an hour and a half. You're expected to be here these dates. If those dates do not work for you, I do have another section. However, the meeting dates are the same weeks. But those aren't very flexible. So if you have trouble with one of those dates, let me know. Maybe we could double up on your speeches, but if you have trouble with 2 of those dates, you probably need to drop the course. You will be able to give feedback 2 times throughout the semester, and I would appreciate you doing that. You do have 3 quizzes throughout the semester, and all of your assignments, quizzes, and discussion posts are housed in the units. So always open a unit. Each unit will be revealed on a Sunday morning, and you will have until the following Sunday night at 11:59 to make all your posts. Now this first week is a little bit different, so do pay attention to the calendar. I would always be logging into the calendar. You can see that the course opens on May 23rd. And for some reason I'm not seeing your dates, but you will have dates that are posted that are when your speeches are and are when your posts are due. Generally, your discussion posts are due, your first post on a Wednesday, and all of your replies by Sunday night. It is really important that you make your first post by Wednesday, especially in a small class, because if you are graded on the number of replies you can have, you need to make sure that you post so that other people can reply to you. It could be that you're going to have to reply to one person more than once. The goal of a discussion board is to substitute for face-to-face discussion in our course. So it is important that you allow people to see your thoughts written out, because this is the only thing we get in an online course in terms of course discussion. So I like it when it's lively. You only have to do a discussion post in the odd numbered units. So know that you will have an assignment in each unit, and but in the odd numbered units you will have a discussion post as well. So let's just click on unit 1. You will see a required reading. This is in your icebreaker textbook. That's the only textbook that we use for the speech course. And so for the first unit, you're expected to read units 1 and 5. I have some general notes on general purposes of speech. You will notice that these purposes are going to be what the basis of each speech that you give. Our first speech is to commemorate. You will actually list that on your outline. You'll see an outline sample that you're expected to use too. Our second speech will be informative, and our third speech will be our longest speech. It'll be a 7 to 10 minute speech where you will persuade someone to do something that you feel strongly about. Think or do something you feel strongly about. This first unit, the majority of your time is going to be spent watching speeches. So what I like to do in my course is for you to tap into your feelings about what makes an effective speech with very little speech instruction. I don't know if you've had a speech class before, but even if you haven't, you have heard speakers. I know you have. So I want you to think about the speakers that have interested you, have kept you engaged, have been effective, or met their goals in your mind. And I've given you some samples of speeches that I want you to watch. And you're going to be asked to categorize those speeches into 4 areas. And from that, we are going to build a speech rubric among the course participants. So then you will use that speech rubric to grade a speech. So that's what your first assignment is going to be in Unit 1. So that's where the units are. That's where the discussion questions are posted. And you can just see this is a discussion posting. It's going to ask you for your thoughts on those speakers. And then your Unit 1 assignment, you will always just click the assignment, and you will be prompted to answer it as if it's a test. But you can always go back and re-answer questions. So know that you have that. So you're going to have 2 weeks to complete this first unit. You do have some reading to do, you have some speeches to watch, and you have some postings to do. I look forward to reading your posts and learning a little bit more about your thoughts on what makes a good speaker. Be sure to check out, this is a really helpful piece of information on the expectations of the course. It's kind of written in a way that makes you think you are going to a show, but we are. Every night that we're going to be together is going to be a show with you as the performers. So go ahead and check out your ticket to success, and you can read a little bit more about me. My email is the best way to get in touch with me, and if you can always go this way to send me an email, but I think the easier way is just to go to your LC email account and type in eegrant@lc.edu. I suggest that you make sure that you use your LC mail account this summer. Have it forwarded to another email account if it's not the one that you normally check. But any correspondence that I use through Blackboard will come to your LC account. So it's important that you're checking that since you're enrolled in an online class. Please remember that you can shoot me an email at any time. Sometimes I feel like in an online class we feel a little bit disconnected, but there's no need to do that. So know that I'm an email away or a phone message away, and I will get back to you. I look forward to meeting you in June. I look forward to getting to know you this summer and in joining you on a pursuit of expanding your communication skills. See you soon. To show you just a couple more things, actually. If you're interested in how your speeches are going to be assessed, go to the Rubrics tab and you can see this first speech is a special occasion speech, and this is the way that you will be assessed on speech night. I will provide this rubric and you will be given evaluations from 5 to 0 in each of these categories listed. Then the total that you receive in these points will be converted to a score out of 150 speaking points. Your outline is worth 25 points the first time, and if you go to speech resources, you can see right here, this is the way the outline needs to look. Some people just cut and paste this and actually type right to the side of it in a Word document, so they make sure that you have everything that's needed. On the first speech, you will not have to cite any work because it's a speech about you and you're the expert on you. But in subsequent speeches, you'll be expected to have a minimum of 3 sources. So we do use MLA formatting, and you will be guided in our research unit as to how to properly do that. There's also a speech worksheet that you can look at, and this is not turned into me, but is sometimes useful if you're thinking about how to plan out a speech. My goal is that you would never write out your speech word for word. We strive for a style that is called an extemporaneous speaking style. And that means that it's conversational and delivered from key words so that you would sound different every time that you give this speech, dependent on the audience, dependent on the time and your mood, that it would be a conversation that you might have with one person just extended to a larger audience while you're standing more formally at a podium. So I like for you to be authentic deliverers that wouldn't necessarily be different if I met you as a friend. Okay, I think that's it this time. I look forward to seeing you soon. Please let me know if you have questions.